I got time for two more, and then I got to bounce. But I want to make sure that we get a little bit of this in here. So go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, I actually just wanted to share an anecdote that brings what we were talking about previously together about verbiage and a concept. So last Friday night, I got parachuted in to coach our U15 AA team. I know the players because I do skills with them every week as part of our high performance program. Some of them come to my camps, so like I know how well they shoot and skate, but I've only watched them play a couple times. I knew nothing about the opponent. They're playing Etobicoke, never seen them play, happen to know the coach, zero. And it's a now we're in playoff playdowns. It's a little weird in Ontario. So, I need to go in this environment and make them effective, right? And you go, okay, well, there's a million things I could do as a coach who's coached for 15 years, but I don't really know what these kids are doing. I don't know their systems, and I don't think, in 4 hours' time I can learn it all. And I have no idea what the opponent's going to do. And this is a game that means something, right? So to me, this is not that coaches are necessarily put in this situation, but if you are, the mom who puts up her hand and goes, oh my God, I'm coaching, right? This goes back to the just teach small area games, just do things. So I just picked one thing. So I'm going to give them one concept. And the concept was own the blue lines. Just own the blue lines, guys. That's all I want you to do. We're playing in a crappy little Toronto rink with a neutral zone that takes you half a stride to get through, right? So don't let them in our front door over the blue line, and don't let them out of their blue line. That's it. That was the entire game plan that we focused on, right? So to me, then you're just asking questions. Okay, so we backed in there, strong side D. One of the Ds came across, skating forwards, angled, pushed her to the wall. Okay, why did you decide to do that? Well, you said not to let her over the blue line. Okay, so you chose to skate forwards. Great. And, it was interesting to see how it evolved over the game, because of course I said it, I talked about it in the room, and they just, backed in out of our, gave up the front door, let the burglar in the front door to gain our zone, right? Didn't put good back pressure to keep them in their zone, those types of things. And over by the end of the game, it was really fascinating to just notice that one single concept that we hammered home. We got scored on in the first shift. That's just my bad coaching. Okay. And, the other team was the better team, but we were the better team in the second half of the game. And that was the only thing we coached to. It was the only thing we focused on. So I'm not saying it was, we didn't win 5-0. Okay. We lost the game, but it was really fascinating, not really knowing the team or the opponent, to just go in and myopically focus on one thing and center all your questioning and all your feedback around one thing. And the girls really enjoyed it, and they really found it a way to measure their success that wasn't necessarily the final score or the outcome. And I found it really useful for us as coaches too. So I just wanted to share that. And I thought, it brought us sort of full circle on what we were talking about before, that, the verbiage was so clear, right? Just own the blue line, own the blue line, own the blue line. And it really did transform their game. And I still don't know what our power play was. I don't know what they do on the breakout. I have no idea. I couldn't tell, which is probably an issue. But it didn't matter. We almost won the game. And we were down 2-1 with 2 minutes left, pulled the goalie, hit a crossbar. We almost won with no familiarity. So I hope that plants a seed, but I'm, like I said, it's a bit of a unique scenario, but I think the verbiage can be so powerful. So I just wanted to share it. I don't know if Darryl has any thoughts on that, but to me, I could have done that with a U9 team, done the exact same thing.
It's a game. It's game theming, which is a great coaching concept that you can do, whether you were parachuted in and you're trying to, get your head wrapped around this group and trying to, come up with something that you think is going to be important, that's going to help them win, but also be a development piece that's important as well. And you want to see how they're going to react and all of that stuff, and the development throughout the entire game by focusing on one thing. You can really make some great traction, which is exactly what you're talking about. And I think that, anytime you can, you're also connecting the hockey sense piece of it, owning the blue line. Every time they exit, they're going to exit differently. They're going to exit maybe with just one player one time. Then they're going to exit, it's a 3-on-2 another time. Then they're going to exit the pucks in the middle of the ice. Then they're going to exit the pucks on the outside. The puck's going to be on someone who has a puck who is on their backhand. Someone's going to have a puck who's on the forehand. Their third line's going to come out that doesn't have the same amount of skill to hurt you than the first line. Then maybe there's a defenseman that's going to lead the rush next. So the best part about that is that there's a fingerprint concept. Fingerprint meaning there's no two that are alike, but you still have to adjust and adapt and find your way. Those types of things are so powerful, and it creates, it forces them to try to work together, and then they have to talk about it, and it gives you opportunity to raise questions, and you're creating thought, and you're doing it on a team level. What I'm talking about, what I've been talking about is all on an individual level, and you're taking it now on a team level and doing it on a theming. It's basically the same thing. It's the same thing, and you're trying to get them to react, and then maybe they might ask questions. Hey, how could I have done that better? I felt like I had her, and then all of a sudden she was able to get the line. Why? What do you think happened? Now you get this exchange, or you come off and the 2D come off and they've made 2 plays that denied an entry, and they high-fiving each other, and they're happy because they feel like they've really accomplished something. And like, there's great value in that.